Hey you. Sorry I'm late. Truth be told, I struggled to get away from my brother. He was going on and on and on about that movie the two of you went to go and see the other day. And of course I had to try and pretend I hadn't heard it all already from you, but I think I managed. Mind you, I almost caught myself out. Almost corrected him when he got one of the characters' names wrong. Now that would have been hard to explain. Now, you know me, I've never been into that kind of stuff. It's never been my speed. I suppose that's part of the reason why I'm so confused that you would like someone like me. I'm completely different from you, you know? I mean, our interests are night and day. Our goals in life, our directions, polar opposites. And yet here we are, sneaking around behind my brother's back, meeting at coffee shops and cafes and spending time together. I mean, I don't know, I figured that someone like you would be into someone like you. You know, like my brother. That's not weird, come on. I mean, think about it from my point of view. You and I barely spoke a word for years, right? And meanwhile, you two were still the best of buds. And you have everything in common, you spend a lot of time together. I mean, it's only, natural that perhaps feelings could grow from that. Again, whereas you and I, we did the opposite. We just went completely in separate directions. Nah. Though I suppose that distance does make the heart grow fonder. Still, I can't help but feel that this is all kind of, wrong. I mean, my brother, your best friend, would freak if he found out that not only have we confessed to having feelings for each other, but that we're actively meeting behind his back. And I can't tell if that's worse or if it would be worse telling him how we feel. Oh, in fact, scratch that. It would probably be even worse if I did tell him. I was always that insufferable brother growing up that seemed to get everything. God knows how he'd feel if I, told him that I'd got you too. Not that you're anyone's to own or anything like that. I more meant that that you'd chosen me over. No, that's a poor word again because you haven't chosen him over me. You still. I'm making a real pig's ear of this, aren't I? Oh, don't laugh at me. I'm trying my best here. This is a minefield of a situation to navigate. I'm cute when I'm flustered. You're not helping. If I had any sense, I would break this off now. Pretend that the last few weeks never happened, Because it would be so much easier if we just went back to being civil again and we didn't have to worry about walking on eggshells or how my brother would react to finding out that his brother and his best friend are entangled. And why don't I break things off, you mean? Well, it's like I said, if I had any sense, I'd do that. And I think you know by now I very much don't. Besides, you are more than worth the risk. You are worth every look over my shoulder, every double take, every heart-racing moment when I'm trying to sneak out the house, every half-baked excuse as I tell my brother where I'm going. You're worth it. Oh, don't get all sappy now. You know what those big doe eyes do to me, don't you? But this is, well, as far as awkward situations go, this is definitely up there. Oh, you bought me a drink. Thank you. Yep, thanks. I'm actually parched, to be honest. I didn't realise how thirsty I was. Thank you. I'll make sure to get the next one, eh? This is my favourite drink. Cappuccino with whole milk and an extra shot of espresso. You remembered? How many years ago was that? Yeah, I was never a fan of sweet drinks, so even as a kid, everyone else would get hot chocolate and I would get a cappuccino with an extra shot of espresso and whole milk. And if the barista put the chocolate sprinkles on top or whipped cream, I would go mental. I never had much of a sweet tooth, did I? Thanks. Thanks. But you, if I remember correctly, you didn't share my aversion to things sweet. So tell me, how much sugar's that drink got in it then? Honestly, it's a wonder that you're not rotting from the inside out with the amount of sugar that you drink. Oh, you scare me, so you do. No, my brother's the exact same, honestly. And if it's not the sweetened coffees or hot chocolates, it's the energy drinks. I mean, my God, that stuff will rot you from the inside out. No, God, no. Get your caffeine like a real adult and just drink coffee, eh? Old? I am not old. Let's get one thing straight, alright? I am in the prime of my life. Alright, just because I like the occasional afternoon nap and I refer to people who look younger than me as the youth of today, and my idea of an ideal Saturday night is being in bed by 9:30. And I bought my last car based on the fuel efficiency and not on how cool it looked. And I referred to a small spoiler mounted on the back of a Mini Cooper as rambunctious. Okay, look, perhaps there is a smattering of truth to that statement, but I still resent that, right? You're only as young as you feel, and I feel, well, aside from my knees, I feel quite youthful, and my back, and my ankles, and my neck, and okay, it's a state of mind, alright, and I'll have you know, I am very hip and down with the youths of today, right? I speak the lingo. Yeah, people still say yo, don't they? Okay, I'll quit while I'm ahead. Anyway. Sometimes I forget that I'm old now. Well, maybe not old, but older. That's another reason why I'm so surprised that you would go for someone like me. You were always so, I don't know, full of energy, full of life, and I was always old beyond my years. Hence the coffee. Yeah, here you are, brightening my day. Maybe I do like sweet things after all. My turn to get all misty-eyed, eh? Well. But look, we do have to think about this seriously. We have to tell him at some point. At some point, my brother's going to have to know about us if we're going to be serious about this. And I don't know how he's going to take it. I don't know if he'll ever speak to me again. And you know, I would take that. I would, if it meant keeping you. But that's not fair for me to ask for you to pick between me and your best friend, or you know, by having me you would lose your best friend. So I want you to know that whatever you choose to do, I support it. Alright, you have my full backing. And if you want to just call it a day and say that we had fun, but the juice isn't worth the squeeze, that it's not worth the risk, it'll hurt. God, it'll hurt, but I'll understand. I will. I'll understand if you want. Right, so I'm going to take that as a no to that idea. Okay, well, I'm glad that we're on the same page at least. That's good. That's good. That's is it hot in here, or is it? I'm just going to take this hoodie off. Hang on a second. Nope, still warm. Okay, so that means it's just you, me. It's just me. Not that you don't look. Anyway, back on the topic at hand. What are we gonna do here? I mean, I'll be honest. I see this as a lose-lose situation. I mean, either we tell him, he freaks out, blames me, and never speaks to me again, or we tell him, he freaks out, blames you, and never speaks to you again. Well, I suppose there's the third option of we tell him, he freaks out, blames both of us, and then never speaks to either of us again, but that just sounds like 1 and 2 with extra steps. What a nightmare. What was that? Why am I so sure that he'll freak out? What, you think there's a chance that he'll be happy for us? I'm sorry, do you know my brother? Because I was kind of banking on the fact, you being his best friend and all, that you would. I mean, you're you, and I'm me. We are two very separate people in his life. Separate being the key point. Worlds collide. That always messy. And of course, my brother, he's a worrier, so of course he's going to think, oh well, what happens if they break up? Then are they going to be bitter, and is that going to ruin my relationship with my best friend, and is that then going to make things awkward, and will he have to choose? He's just going to see a world of negatives. No. There is no way that he will see a positive side to this. There is no way that he'll be happy for us. What? I'm sorry, what? It's clear where he gets the overthinking from. Okay, first of all, I am not an overthinker. I am cautious, right? And caution is a good thing, I'll have you know. It has served me well. You young whippersnappers. There it is again, I sound old. I don't know. Maybe you're right. I mean, when I think about it, I haven't exactly seen much of my brother. You know, he's been so busy with work and college, and I suppose the person that's seen the most of him, the person that knows him best at this point, well, it's you. So what do you think? Do you think he'd be happy? You know, if he found out about us? Maybe. Maybe. Well, I suppose maybe we'll have to do. Because if we're serious about this, about each other, which I am, then it doesn't matter how he's going to react. We need to tell him anyway. But not yet, mind you. One day, if we get married or something. For now, I say we just have our cake and eat it. Play the best of both worlds, you know. We'll continue as we are, you know. We'll sneak around's a bit of a dirty word, but we'll maintain a balance between spending time with my brother and your best friend and spending time together, and we'll just try our best to make sure that those worlds never collide. And maybe it would do you know us both some good if you don't tell me the names of characters from very obscure movies that I have no business knowing, so that I don't accidentally out the fact that I've been spending more time with my brother's best friend than he has. I'm not being a coward. It's okay. Maybe I am slightly, but look, we've got a good thing going here, okay? And sure, we've agreed now that we have to tell him. We will, but give me time to suss it out, you know, to get a better understanding of where his head's at. And you can do the same. We can compare notes, right? We can work together and figure out, you know, because it might not be a good time to tell him. You know, he might be stressed or something. You know, you never know. He's my brother. He's always going through something. Yeah. What are you going to do? You know, I suppose we'll just have to wait for the right time. But we'll agree that when we have the right time, we will tell him. All right, we will do it. I promise. Now, anyway, I've just sat here and waffled on for far too long. I believe you said you had some kind of plan for our date today. A watch party, I think you called it. What exactly is a watch party? Ah, right, yes, binge watching a show or a set of movies in your apartment all day. Right, okay, got you. Back in my day, we used to call that a movie-thon, and I remember doing that with the Star Wars movies when they came out. And yep, nope. I heard that too. God, I'm old. Oh, don't laugh. Besides, you're the one that's into this oldness. What does that make you? A museum collector. You cheeky little... You're lucky you're cute. you're going to be the death of me.